Zatanna, Bring Down the House, issue number 4. That's right, folks. I believe this is the penultimate issue. We're kind of building up to the end. Everything is revealed now, like fully formed. It's like a character you're familiar with called John Constantine shows up, and he's like, hey, here's what we're doing. That's pretty cool. Just in time for Zatanna to join the Justice League in the new Justice League book, right? Was she on that team? Was she in the all-in picture? I don't remember. What's she up to in continuity? I know this book's not in, like, continuity, or it's, like, in the past on modern continuity or something. Where is she? I know, like, we last saw her in Wonder Woman, where she, like, got her power back and helped all the heroes escape. What's she up to? Doesn't matter. This is a good issue. It opens up with a really good depiction of the character. I've said it every single issue, and I'll continue to say it. The artwork that we are seeing from Javier Rodriguez is incredible. It looks so good. The colors are so good. This is exactly the vibe I want from a Zatanna book. And I'm so happy we have it. The end of the last issue, John Constantine showed up. Well, in this issue, we are going to see when and where Zatanna and Constantine first met in this incarnation. We open up at a weird party. Zatanna's doing card tricks. I love this page so much. It looks amazing. She's kind of drunk. There's like younger kids around her that are like smoking and drinking. She's trying to like play a trick on this one kid, and Constantine's just in the room, and he's like, "All right, I'll pick a card," because this kid can't make a decision in his life. She's like, "Who's this guy? Interesting. He's kind of funny, kind of silly." And she tries like pulling a fast one over Constantine, doesn't work, and he tricks her, and she's like, "I am too drunk for this," and passes out. And that is how they meet. And he kind of spends the whole night watching her. And she's like, you're watching me sleep? And he's like, yeah, you kind of snore. She's like, no, I don't. Who are you? What are you doing here? He's like, don't worry. I'm just here to kind of watch you. I think you're interesting. You want to get something to eat? She's like, yeah, I do. And that's how the two meet. We learn more about like why Constantine is there when we get further into the book. But as it stands, it's a fun meet cute. Why is Constantine hanging around kids? Who knows? Why is he smoking? Because we're DC and we're letting that happen. It's fun. It's something we're not seeing Marvel do. So that's kind of cool. We then cut back to the present day where the stranger and the rabbit are fighting, and they're doing a big fight, and Constantine's like, can we just like stop? Let's just stop and think for a second. So he freezes them, and Zatanna's like, this seems kind of rude. He's like, he'll wear off in a bit. Do you want to get out of here? You want to go do something? She's like, yeah, I guess so. And he's like, oh, you kept the hat? I got you. She's like, yeah, well, the hats are expensive. So, okay, what are we doing? I don't know. Let's go. So they leave. Everyone gets unfrozen, and we find out that Zatanna and Constantine went to Paris. And you can tell it's Paris because the Eiffel Tower's in the background. Another great page with beautiful colors. A fantastic book. They're chilling in some hotel room. And Constantine is popping some champagne. She's like, I always wanted to go to Paris, and this is kind of nice, and you're like a weird boyfriend. It's weird that we're reconnecting when like the world's falling apart, and like the casters of magic and like the House of Bunnies are fighting, and there's like a war or something, and everyone's telling me I'm like a powerful wizard or whatever. He's like, you're not a wizard. You're just powerful and dangerous. And then they make out, and then we cut back to the cafe where everyone was fighting, and the stranger's like, that Constantine, and they kind of start yelling at each other, and then the stranger senses something dangerous is happening in like the realm of the casters, so she leaves, and then our rabbit lady like sends her rabbits to go find Zatanna and Constantine. So what's going on? The casters are being attacked by the guy we saw in the last issue who was using dangerous magic to do a dangerous magic thing. As that's happening, we cut to a sexual innuendo joke of John using two fingers to pull some hair and Zatanna letting out a sigh. And that's cool. That's pretty cool. Look, it looks great. It's handled beautifully. A great depiction. The two of them are, in bed. They clearly did something. And that's when John's like, look, you're kind of safe here in Paris from the stuff that's going to happen. Everyone is about to die. And she's like, what do you mean everyone's about to die? It's like, don't worry, we're safe here. I've never been someone who worries about stuff, so you just gotta trust me that things are going okay in this moment. She's like, can you just tell me what is happening? And he goes, well, couple of like 10 years ago, maybe, when we like first met, I was like brought together by like the casters, and they asked me to like follow you because they knew Zatanna, and like Zatanna drained your magic. That's what he did. That's how you like become evil or something. So I was told to follow you and keep you safe. That's when I was doing like freelance work, and I found you and we hooked up, and it was kind of nice. And I'm like, you're not doing anything wrong. You weren't aware of anything that happened to you. So I just kind of stayed and was with you, and I was like, well, nothing bad's happening, and I know you're not working with your father, so I left you a birthday gift, which is the top hat, and that is how their story went. And I'm like, hey, that's kind of interesting. This is a good use of Constantine, putting him deeper into the universe. I kind of dig it. It's pretty smart, pretty interesting. It works for me. I do like that this conversation has these characters half naked the whole time. I think that is very good for these characters. It is a relationship that is kind of messy, but they work for each other. I like that it's not like a one-sided thing where John's the only one that's messy. Z is also as messy as him. So she's like, I mean, I guess that tracks with what my life has been. So what was like this dark rumor things that people are talking about with me? Like, well, you have the potential to be like the most dangerous thing in the world, and we know through like the transfer of magic what that leads to. And your father did like that dangerous act when he took like the magic from you, right? So stealing magic is bad, and when you do that, it unleashes a certain part of you. Basically what he's saying is that when he transferred the power from Zatanna, when Zatanna transferred the power from Zatanna, it turned him into something else. He's now a demon, and he's a demon about to unleash war on the magic world itself. So that's not going to be good. And he's so powerful, he created a demon army, and things are not looking good there. And that's why John brought her to Paris, because there she'd be safe. And we see the stranger show up. It's too late. Everyone is dying because of the demons that are attacking the casters. It's not looking good, which is kind of fun. I mean, that's an interesting story, I guess, and I don't care about any of these characters, so it's okay, you know? I'm glad they're dying. The stranger's still alive. She's the only one that looks kind of interesting. So we cut back to Paris. They're walking down the streets, and she's like, well, how was I able to stay hidden for so long? Oh, it's because of the top hat I got you. I enchanted it with a spell that keeps you safe so no one can find you, and Zatanna can't find you. So she's like, well, I never really did look inside this thing, so I guess that's true. She's conflicted because of course she is. John is an asshole. He did a stupid thing. It's like, I know I betrayed you, but I mean, I'm not the only one who did, but I just wanted to keep you safe, and that must suck, and I think you're strong enough now to handle this. So she's like, maybe I am. I guess you're right. Like, it's time for me to accept my fate. I'm either going to have to kill my father again in the act this is going to be, or protect all of Magickind. So she, like, okay, talks to herself like, get ready, magic, here we go. Goes full Zatanna, gets into like the classic Zatanna look, kisses Constantine goodbye, and it's like, I'm gonna go do what the bunny said. I'm gonna go fight for everything. She blips away to go find Stranger, and Constantine's like, oh shit, something's gonna happen. I think it's either shit like, oh, the world's gonna fall apart and magic is gonna destroy itself, or shit, I'm in love with her again. We then cut back to Stranger. She is like with the last of the casters, and Zatanna shows up like, hey, I figured out everything about myself. You are afraid of me. I'm pretty powerful. Shall we go kill my demon dad? We have to find him. How are we going to do that? We're going to go into like my mind and find him that way. So when we go into my memories, we're going to see like the burning fire of what he's become. Let's enter into my mind in like a literal like depiction of that, where we see like them walking to like the child mouth of Zatanna. They're holding hands, which is kind of cool. They're like, all right, let's go kill a demon boy. That's pretty sick. That's how it ends. I'm like, yeah, we have 5 issues. Let's get to like some culminating thing. And that's pretty sick. I gotta say, that is pretty sick. A fun little ending to this book. It's fun just to have Z and Constantine together in Paris, just doing some cool stuff. It looks gorgeous, as I keep saying, and the lettering is just top notch. This is a really perfect book. That's exactly how I want these characters depicted. So I dig it a lot. Where are we going to go after this? Well, we're going to go fight a demon dad who stole your power and corrupted himself and maybe all of magic. So that's just a typical day. I like it. So, Zatanna, Bring Down the House, issue number 4. I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.